Hello, today I will review the Tier 8 Polish tank destroyer, the Grom, that is now available for a marathon. So I'm on the map Karelia and I'm going to the left flank on this map because it doesn't seem that a lot of tanks are going here. So you see this tank has a nice speed of 49 kilometers per hour. I am faster than a Skoda, and speed-wise I think this tank is very nice. I can't really complain something about the speed. The speed is just a very comfortable one. And I'm getting shot by the Bisonte from the side, like you can get when moving to this position. The Bisonte is getting shot and I am peeking out to maybe also shoot him, but he isn't spotted anymore. I'm getting shot by the MXCDA and I'm not penetrating the Bisonte, even though I was shooting his track. Well, I shot now and we will see later whether I hit him or not. And now VK75 Theoron arrived. So I am going out. The Skoda is there. And I'm shooting him for 703 damage. So you can see that this tank has a really great alpha damage one. This tank has a 800 alpha damage gun at 50 meters and a 200 alpha damage gun at 500 meters. So this tank damage is scaling from the distance you are shooting at. So this is also the reason why I'm playing aggressively on this tank, and you should always try to play aggressively on this tank, even against tier 10. You will have to play aggressively, otherwise you won't deliver any damage. The reload time of this tank is about plus minus 13 seconds, so the reload time is a really great one for that alpha damage. Even though if you shoot at a bit farther distance and for example deal 550 damage, that is still a great reload time for that alpha damage. I'm just rolling out to get that shot in. Am I getting 825 damage in, even though it wasn't fully aimed? So this was kind of a lucky shot. So you see, the stabilization of this tank isn't the greatest and it takes some time to shoot, but here I really have the time to aim, so I'm putting 830 damage into the Skoda. So you see the alpha damage is very effective on this tank, and if you're playing aggressively, every shot can be a great damage shot. Even also with this great penetration, even on the standard shell, so 272 are, in my opinion, a really great penetration on base ammunition, and 296 on gold ammunition. Well, this is also a great penetration, but the difference here isn't the biggest one. It's 24 millimeters, and mostly you are fine with the gold base ammunition. And here I'm loading HE to kill that UDIS 1450. So this is another point of the tank, that you have to shoot HE ammunition on distances. So here, like, the penetration already is fine, 80 millimeters. So it's a bit above average. So, and the alpha damage is the same as with all the other shells, but it does not scale for the distance, like you could see with the shot onto the UDIS. So at distances like this, and especially weak tanks like the RHM also in this battle. Oh, here actually the mistake that I could have shot, but I was loading gold ammunition to penetrate him frontally into his armor. This was also unnecessary movement, I think, from my side. Could have just shot him. So yeah, against bad armored tanks, you can shoot definitely HE, but against not armored tanks, well, I think the effectiveness is about the same whether you are shooting HE shells or not HE shells if you're not penetrating them. So here you see I'm easily penetrating the Viper frontally into its turret. So the penetration is real enough even to counter a Vipera with a great turret armor. Now I'm loading HE to just finish him off with HE. I think I should be able to do so. The Bisonte is crossing, but you see the aiming time, it really takes some time to aim, so I'm just shooting to maybe hit, but well, it's obvious that no, I'm not hitting and I shouldn't hit. So now I'm just advancing. I think with that blind shot, if you remember that, I hit the Bisonte. And here I'm shooting the MX for 500 damage. Well, overall, to say about the mechanic, yes, it may seem that it's only 524 damage, but it's, well, it's just balance-wise, well, it's difficult to say balance-wise because it's kind of not balanced that you can deal 800 damage with that reload time at close distances, but if you would be also able to do 800 at long distances, this tank would be a very toxic, I have no idea how to describe it differently, tank, because then everybody who gets a tank would just sit at the base and shoot 800 in you, and that would be just outrageous. So balance-wise, I think the distance is, the damage gain from distance is fine here. And this is also forcing you to play aggressively, and like you can see, the survivability on this tank isn't the best. You have only 1300 HP. This is not a lot for playing frontally. You can get the shots 3 times with 4 tanks that have 390 alpha damage 1, and if they high roll, then you will just die from 3 shots. Armor wise, well, this tank can tank frontally. It can even tank tier 10 once if you put on the right angle. So, well, armor wise you won't see really a lot in this battle. Here you see I'm loading HE to shoot the RHM. Maybe he will peek out, and yes, and he's peeking out. I'm shooting him for 792 damage. So yeah, I was telling you that you won't be able to shoot 800 at distances. Yes, with against no armored tanks. You will still be able to shoot 800, but not against heavy ones. I'm taking one shot from the CS52 list. Now I'm just one shot, so I have to play a bit more carefully. Armor wise, well, frontally, if you just look frontally, you will be easily penetrated with gold ammunition, but I think I will just show you the armor model later. So just to the end of the battle, to sum up the tank, it has a nice gun that can be really fun with playing aggressively. Tier 6, you will just annihilate them to 0 with this tank, and against tier 10, you will have problems, troubles, but that's almost on every tier 8 tank. You are not able to snipe from this tank, so for those who like to snipe, this is definitely not a tank for them. Even though for the ones who like heavy tank, well, this was actually a great shot from the RNG wise. So if you like heavy tanks, well, this is kind of a glass cannon, so this is not really a reliable heavy tank. where you can really rely on your armor, even though I tanked 1900 damage in this battle. So I am advancing now to the T-44 and BZ. So yes, also with credit farming, I think it is a good credit farm. It is fun and credit farming, and not like the BZ to compare, that is not farming credits if you want to shoot 800 per damage. And now I'm just want to kill the T-44. He should be able to kill me. And he's looking not at my side, so I'm taking my time to aim a bit and shooting him. Here the SCB that left. T-103 is stroking him. I will evade him from this side. And I am not penetrating him. Well, yes, and he's killing me. So that's it for this battle. So in this battle I dealt 6185 damage, 3 kills, 248 assists, and that's 1380 experience. Here I farmed 150,000, no, 170,000 credits, and well, you just have to minus the reward for completing the mission and events. Where I get 65,000, so this is not the base credit farming. So yeah, I farmed 170,000 credits for this one battle. Well, that's a good amount. You cannot complain about this. And overall, to say, if you are closer to the end of the marathon, then you should take this tank because it's a great tank for 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 a low for a lower price, but for 70 euros it is definitely not worth taking it. It is just too overpriced, I think. And completing the first stages of the marathon should be pretty easy. So I completed this marathon in 7 days, all 10 stages, so but you just had to play a lot. And if you complete like 7 stages, this tank will cost 21 euros. And then, well, overall, this is a nice addition to the garage, I would personally say, but you have to be careful how you are playing it. And you just have to understand how you have to play it and also be able to play it. And that is aggressively and definitely not sniping from the base. So looking at the armor, you can see the lower plate is easily penetratable, this kind of upper plate is also easily penetratable, and the zone around the mask is also easily penetratable, only those things are not penetratable. If you use your 7 degrees of gun depression, you will be able to tank shots like this. So here you see this tank is getting more armor, and this will hold off, I think, almost all base tier 8 shells. If you put on gold ammunition, even then it is green, but this tank has strong gold ammunition. And like this tank will, I also think, tank half of the tanks with gold ammunition if they do not high roll a lot and also have a value of 240 or just 260 millimeters of penetration. Another way of tanking is side scraping with this, so you just put on this side of the tank, so you are trying not to put on, to not reveal this side of the tank, so only this one, and then you can just stay behind a corner and just stay like that, or try to bait for a shot into this and hope they won't hit it. And another way to bait for shots is like peeking around corners like that, or also if you shot, then you should turn yourself at that angle and then reverse. So at that angle and like that, you are not penetratable. You see, even with gold ammunition, it will just all ricochet off. And so if you're peeking around the corner, you can bait for shots like this while revealing this and not revealing the track. And also you go around the corner, then you shoot, and then you go around the corner with an angle like that. So this are like the ways to tangle this tank. Using your gun depression, you do angling your tank like that, or just side scraping. As for equipment on this tank, I would be using a turbocharger, a bounty rammer, and a rotation mechanism. But you will still have problems with hit points, and you can just do it like that, but then you won't have as a comfortable top speed. So depending if you want a 50 top speed or not, you can just put in a hardening or a turbocharger. As for perks, I would use your brass and arms repairs, emergency coordination, recon, and then practically. Yeah, and one thing is that this tank doesn't have a great view range, so even with the perks, you won't have great view range. Here, situational awareness, signal interception, firefighting, brass and arms, repair, snapshot, armor, and quick aiming. Those ones, clutch braking, and engineer. And here, those ones, ammo tuning, and safe storage. As for modernization, I would use those modernizations. Here, better aiming time, terrain crossing, and view range. So that's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and bye.